Welcome and good morning. Happy Saturday morning. Thank God it's Saturday. Cheers, folks. You're watching JCCR Racing. And we're about to take the championship race in Gran Turismo 7 for Le Mans. So let's get a few laps of practice / qualifying in and see what we can do here. This is quite usually kind of my worst race. But let's see what we can do. We still want to race with the friends in the championship race. So let's just hope that applying basic racecraft to the track will get us through and not just survive, but thrive. The 911 made a few adjustments, and it is feeling pretty solid. Lowered the vehicle and put up the top speed. So, handful of racing tips and tricks applied to a track that we don't know very well at all. I think will still get us some half-decent results. This means we're going to be using the whole track except for when someone's right behind us. Oh, we've already topped out. The settings on the car for top speed are not set up very well, I guess. I thought I cranked it way up. No, the shifts are very early here. Hopefully before the race starts we'll be able to correct this. Woo. All right, this is really working my wood base. But the Porsche is feeling so solid, no over rotation. I was running the car too high and I had like initial torque at 60, brake sensitivity and acceleration sensitivity all at 60. So the car wasn't nearly as drivable as it is now. Speaking of the car, there's the car. Still driving in cockpit view. Not the easiest view, but definitely the most realistic view. Alright, so some cars you're going to want to rev out like we just did there. That was a little bit too much actually. Like that. And other cars you're going to want to be shifting right around the gear indicator, such as the AMG, the Viper. But the 911, like the Ferrari 458 and Nissan GTR, we just rev right out. Did 2 laps here last night, and it doesn't look like it's paid off a whole lot. Alright, so brake sensitivity. I think I liked having brake sensitivity really high. Flying through the gears because we don't have enough top speed on this. But the handling is fantastic with how we've set the car up. I feel like the 911 is a whole different car now. Alright, this is the one that counts. Let's get in our hot lap. We're really just at this point should just be focusing on getting a survival lap in. Try to keep it between the navigational beacons as we put the pedal to the metal. Alright, so here, brake point, right before the service road. 2-3 car lengths before that little service road. Got to accelerate out of the turns once we get to the middle of the apex, so hit the apex. And there, well, we're already going fast enough. It was not the right time. Not the right time to be pedaling down, throttling down on that apex. But general rule of thumb, you get to the inside apex, and if you hit it, you're ready to start easing into that throttle. A lot smoother than last time. Slow is smooth. Safe and smooth are the way to do it. Yeah, definitely could use a little, maybe 20, 30 extra miles per hour. Wow, having initial acceleration, braking, and torque on the lowest setting. We're no longer getting any oversteering or over rotation, and the car is just absolutely fantastic. There, normally we'd have a little over rotation and lose a good amount of time doing a little left right wiggle dance. Alright, let's see how fast we can get this car up to. Oh, I didn't realize. When did I ignore the... Okay, I clearly don't know where the track limits are here. Must have gone too far on the outside. Wonder if the lap will still count. I guess it will, but we'll have about a 1 second... No, it won't count, I guess. Oh, we'll find out. Love this little circus area. Part of the track. Very fun part. Oh, having trouble seeing. This section I really don't like though. That one little turn section, I have a whole lot of trouble telling. I feel like I'm going through little tiny cones that are hard to, barely visible. Well, that wasn't very pretty. Yeah, so far we don't have a lap time that counts, so I'm just gonna go see if instead we can settings. Oh, Dark J. Good to hear that work did call. Work is good. Money is good. So here are my settings. Body height, 60 and 70. Anti-roll bar. I'm just going to continue. Oh, it looks like my settings didn't stick. All right, and the initial torque. Wanted to have that. That's what I was trying to play around with here. Seeing if ChatGPT. Oh, and this is why this didn't stick. I had set it up to 350, so I thought. Okay, so now it's sticking. Odd. Very odd. And we had turned this way down. Setting sheets 1, alright. Let's see if any of this actually sticks. Okay, front toe in at +5. We'd also turned this down if I recall. Let's see here. Sorry about this, folks. Down force on the minimum. Initial torque 10. And 25 here. And right here we set this braking sensitivity to 15. And let's make sure we are saving. We had the turbocharger on high. Hopefully that sticks. Let's try it again. Looks like it's now starting to stick here. All right. Now, let's see. Body height. Here for the anti-roll bar, we put this up at 6 for the front, 8 for the rear. Make sure that sticks. There we go. Front ARB 6, rear 8. Anti-roll bar. And the front we set this up to 55 millimeters and the rear to 60, so as low as she will go. Dampening here, we do 32 in the front, and we'll hit up 34 in the rear. Dampening ratio, rebound dampening ratio. $32 and nope, 38 and 40. Make sure all this sticks. And I guess that's how we're going to be running it here. Car settings, see if we can get a few more calculations in. And let's see negative camber. I guess the car is setting up for almost the minimum on everything. 1.2 and 1.8. Make sure that sticks. And toe angle for the last little adjustment here. Actually, a lot of adjustments here. And we'll be skipping toe angle and getting right into the race. Alright, so that's how we're going to have it set up for today. Behind, but we will stay out of any bumping trouble. And let's see how the car did ChatGPT give us a good car setup. Well, we'll find out. So far, I like the medium turbocharger. I like having more mid-range torque. But for the straights, the high-end torque, really revving the car out probably is going to be a good idea. So yes, we actually have the 350 kilometers per hour. I have a feeling actually it went back to the original setting. I'm not sure our setting's actually stuck here. Alright, I thought I'd be racing with the guys this morning, but it looks like I'm racing on my own with the live chat. Lead Pencil! What is up? Thank you very much for the encouragement, Lead Pencil. The legend himself. If you guys haven't already checked out Lead Pencil's channel and given it a good subscribe and thumbs up on his videos, please do. He is a top tier racer, giving us so much content to help us go faster. And more speed absolutely is the goal here. Not sure. My lack of experience, I think, is making it that I'm not getting the car set up and sticking. We're setting up the car according to ChatGPT, but we're not. We shouldn't be topping off like this. Coast through there in first. Anyways, we've got 12 laps. I'm sure there'll be crashes and bashes. We're a pretty clean racing championship group here. Just because it says championship and it's for points does not mean people get real dirty. So it's nice, safe, smart racing, the way I like it. Oh, I will not be grabbing a drink on these straights. Those are some bumpy straights. I think it'd be better to be driving this track with how bumpy it is with the Bronco Raptor. Or really the Badlands Bronco with the Sasquatch suspension. You don't need active valve shocks, box shocks to survive bumpy pavement. The Bilstein shocks will do the job. The Bilstein shocks are incredible not just on off-road vehicles but on race cars as well. They really changed the game in racing in the 1980s, late 70s, early 80s, right around there. Alright, safe and smooth through here. Alright, second gear. We have to get past the second sign, I believe, before top of the... I'm going to brake before the candies. The candies here are very late. Is doing an amazing job pulling himself off to the side. Otherwise, he would have been unghosted. He was unghosted at exactly the wrong time, in a dangerous situation, and he put himself off to the side and making things safer for everyone. Thank you, Super Doofus. I nonetheless didn't do the maneuver to avoid, but it was still what I think would have been a collision. I'm starting to think maybe the car is adjusted because I have never slid so gracefully and easily. That was just a nice little power slide. Woo-wee. Look at me, Mom. I'm doing a thing. Really need more top speed here. This is not ideal. Ooh, okay. In this mode, I find this Cheater Superman mode, I think is great for arcade style, but I think as soon as you have championship races, it should be banned. It certainly does help being able to see the brake flash right in my face like that. Okay, I need 2 extra gears here. Oh yeah, so pleasant. Huge advantage. That was not graceful. Went in a little too hot. Really see that 8600 RPM red line. Pretty incredible that the Shelby GT350 has a red line starting at 8,250 with a V8. Truly a race engine. Alright, this cheater view really does help. I am liking it a whole lot. I will still continue to generally drive cockpit, but the bumps got so bad that the steering wheel put itself in pause mode and switched my camera angle. So clearly a few, insides got jumbled up a little. Oh, I cooked that one hard. Probably pick up another penalty there. Overcooked chicken. Alright, pedal to the metal. Continue to pedal to the metal here, then get down into third, top of third ideally. Where the outsides of the track are. You don't get that in cockpit view. You have to go with the realism of not always knowing the precise centimeter of where you are on the track. Another somewhat less cheater view. We're not Superman flying with the meta goggles like we are on the last view. Slowly getting back into cockpit, but having fun trying them out. Variety is the spice of life. Certainly like the sounds. The sound of the engine is perfect in this view. This is a nice easy view to drive in as well. My goodness, I like this. I like this considerably more than cockpit view from a perspective of a good mix between sim and full out Superman meta goggle cheating. I cannot go hit that camera button here. We will shake it out way too much. Here we can't see the RPM gauge right as if it's like in our eye or in the goggle, the meta glasses in front of us. So shifting becomes a little more difficult. Rick with a 345. My goodness, I've got no chance. Super Doofus coming in pretty close behind back there. Excessively safe there, so I think Super Doofus is going to be right up eating our lunch. Let's see if it's straightaway top speed that I'm really missing here. Yeah, he's catching up quick on the straights. Gaining speed here, but then quickly losing speed. Maybe my top speed is fine. We'll find out on the next straight. Too far down the track. A little racetrack anxiety there when you look too far into your future. Happens in the real world as well. Those were the Porsche turns, I believe. Now I'm going to get a huge penalty turns. Let's see how we are for top speed here. I think Tom just went through that last turn better than I did, and that's why he's catching up. So let's see, is there going to be a point where we're going to kind of stable out? We're going to start losing a bit of speed. He's got, 560, yeah, we're losing a lot of speed now. Our top speed is still off, I believe. These softs aren't going to last 12 laps. I'm not sure if there's a mandatory pit or not. Fly through here, then down into first. Not the fastest way around that turn whatsoever. Tom catching back up. After I kind of pinch that tight, slow turn. Mentally, what are we going to be taking on? Okay, third gear turn, so top of third. Mentally setting up for the future, second gear. might very well be in a good situation where those changes actually did occur. Find out at the end of the race. Oh, at that point it's almost worth just driving straight through and picking up the short little penalty. Second lead. Let's try to hold on to this. Let's see on the straightaway here. This is where we're going to get destroyed. Car is catching up. We need more top speed. Congratulations, Davide Ragazzo from Italy. Davida? I don't know. Ragazza. Either way, super fast. I think Italian. I believe that's the Italian flag. But let's have fun with flags. Guess it. And I've got to figure out how to give out free memberships. Have little competitions such as first person to drop a comment not in the live but in the non-live section to get some free membership. I gotta start being able to do that and then actually know how to give out the free membership. Oh, Davide is coming up hot and quick. He's cut almost a second, 1.5 seconds off that small section of the track. Now, if you're not forced to take a hit, I can make these, I'm comfortable running these same tires the whole way through. I'm going to watch to see if other people pit or not. Oh yeah, definitely, I did that section very poorly. Divide's going to be right up our rear. He'll see the color of my exhaust pipe. We'll see if I've been running rich and burning up some excessive fuel and oil. See if my piston rings are still good or not. There with the brake and the downshift. No one's pitted yet. We'll continue to run these softs. That's going to be a big penalty to pay off. Oh, Porsche 911, you're pretty good at staying stable through my lawn mowing phase of my life there, track. David has the fastest lap, so yeah, no kidding he's gonna catch up. Oh, we touched the brakes, and it made it so we did not have the rotation that we needed. A little dangerous changing up the recipe halfway through the race. This is even a worse idea. I need my morning caffeine, it looks like. Way in the lead. Sir Badger 12.2 seconds ahead. Yeah, I've not mastered this track in any way. Can't even say I'm proficient. I'd say I'm at the bare survive stage. There's not surviving, barely surviving, and surviving. Those are the 3 levels of suck, and I am at the top of the suck spectrum. Not safe and smooth. A little too fast. Overcooked it. One second. Definitely a situation where we downshift once. Oh, 1 second. He's back there. Howdy, friends. So the key is going to be slow down in advance so we can catch the apex, so we can be back on the throttle nice and early. Oh, he'll pass us here. Yeah, fly right by. Oh, he had to brake a lot for me there. Sorry about that, friend. Slow driving is slowing you down. Salmon Pink. We're going to get slammed by the Salmon Pink GTR. Le Mans. My least favorite race, but it still has sections of it that I really enjoy. Well, that's not one of them. I have still a lot of trouble to nail that. Let's get that 1 second penalty. 0.5, that wasn't much at all. Alright, I gotta focus on safe and smooth, not cowboy wild. Topped out at 193, and yes, we'll have higher speed, top speeds. I don't think my setting's stuck. That or 350 isn't enough. 350 kilometers per hour. Let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe you have the answer because you've got experience here in the GR3 GT3 cars on Le Mans. Not pretty, but we did survive it. Just in the surviving phase. Not yet raced enough to get into the driving, but anything you do in life on rinse and repeat. You struggle through the not understanding phase, you understand a little bit more, you're still a little lost. Oh, big mistake there. know, you just keep putting in the time. You start at any task and know nothing, understand nothing, and just work on incremental growth. You'll get there, folks. Don't give up. Don't avoid doing something just because it's embarrassing, because, hey, that was embarrassing. Usually this race, I swear it off and I say I will not race it, but I'll never get to learning how to race it if that's my attitude. Hey, thank you so much, Lead Pencil. Incredible for you to take the time to be here. The legend himself. Thank you so much, Lead Pencil. Good luck with your teaching session. Let us know who you're teaching, and please do drop your link here so that everyone can go check out your channel, folks. Look up on YouTube, Lead Pencil, Learn with Lead on Saturday mornings. Please catch that with him. You will not be disappointed. Alright, past the second sign, halfway between the second side and the candies. You can actually start braking a little later. Incremental growth, incremental learning. Just have to be observant. Of course, it's easier when we're watching the pros if we're following someone who's very comfortable. Just enough tires. It's going to be difficult at the end, but enough tires and fuel to finish the race. Medium tires, I believe, would have been ideal. A little slower, but the last lap, if we get any of these tires to, lower, much lower than they are, the car really starts to slide. You can't take turns at the same speed. We're pushing the car, in regards to fuel and tires, to the limit. About worried we're going to run out of fuel, you just go to your air-fuel ratio, put it up, instead of being at 1, put it up to 2, 3, or do a last-minute change and put it to 6. Alright, I'm the only Canadian racer left. Rick running, is that the Turkish flag? Let me know in the comment section if you know what flag that is. There we go, that was smooth. And smooth is fast as we're bringing down that clock gap timer. Gap is now shrinking, now growing again because we're missing top speed, but for a while there it was shrinking, so we had taken that turn with a whole lot more smoothness than usual. Practice makes better. I don't like the expression practice makes perfect, because it gives you the idea that if you keep practicing you're going to be perfect. No one's perfect. You can't accomplish anything perfectly. There's always room for improvement. Practice makes you less poor. Alright, that's what it should be. Still on lap 8. My goodness, these laps are wildly long laps. At least it's not 12 laps of Nürburgring. That would be a little bit too much. much over rotation or snap oversteer from the car is really nice. 911 is fantastic on this track. Oh, and we do have some people pitting, so I guess that pit might be required as softs and mediums. I guess we'll go through on the mediums after this lap right here. Go. That's how you get through those turns. We just need to do that exact line 10 to 15 miles per hour faster and we'll be in business. Practice makes you less poor. Well, car's totaled, my race is done. Basically how that would go. Badger, you fast badger. Oh, I was not mentally there on the track. Let's see how we're going to get into these pits. I started to go through the turns faster than Sir Badger because I was just a little bit over speed. We got back on the throttle so much earlier and now I'm going to pay for it dearly on the straight. And that's a great example of how going in slow and smooth to come out fast is the way to go. Top speed, we can see it being an issue right there. A little too fast, and you can see that's where I lost them. Open to those pits. Okay. Oh my goodness, what is this? Okay, so I've never been in the pits at Le Mans, so that was quite the experience. And we're just missing a hair of fuel. Lead Pencil, you're a champ for having both Phil, Super Dupus, and myself on. how much shaking this wooden base has been giving us. Let's put the drink on the ground, reduce some risk here. Hopefully there's no penalty for just hitting the pins. It's a little snappy. Let's see, we've been getting the penalty by now. I guess we're good. Gave it gas, sent the car off. That was a mistake. We just needed to coast through that section. I'm still like 7-8 seconds off the top speed. No chance, but putting into practice, getting less crashy here at Le Mans. This was in English. They call this track The Man. The never-ending straightaways at Le Mans. Famous racetrack for its straights. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the straights. My attention gets kind of lost. Caught the apex, back on the throttle, nice and early. Let's try to have that penalty to pay off that I forgot all about. Not ideal, but not too shabby. Improvement, practice, makes us less poor. Starting to go through there like I'm not completely lost. So if you're embarrassed at any task you're taking on in life, just remember it's not always going to be that way. Get through, keep practicing, put in the time, put in the effort. It won't always feel awkward, embarrassing, and awful. Again, we're humans and we're made to adapt. And you will adapt to any situation that you just fight your way through. Yes! Doing a thing! We got through there, I think, a little quicker than usual. Fastest lap being at 3:49.7. We get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's upgrade the kit for something in metal. that section quicker, almost a full second quicker. There we go. Now I'm getting the hang of how to drive Le Mans with the 911, and we're now a 1.1 seconds faster through that section. We can keep this up. We can maybe get down to 3:45. Another section at 1 second faster. Not going to be chasing fastest lap, but we'll be improving one very important lesson in life. And that's that any new task you take on, you can take it on with other complete noobs. Beginners, it's going to feel a lot better. But even if you're taking it on with people, you'll grow faster. You can just live with the embarrassment, take it on with people who know what they're doing, try to copy and imitate them, find out how you can use their methods and make it applicable to being a noob, and learn and grow that way, and just fight through the embarrassment, learn how to deal and dwell in the realm of embarrassment, and you will upgrade your game tremendously. You'll make more money in life, you'll be happier, more talented, resourceful. People around you will benefit from you having more skills, more resilience. Between the M signs and the candies. Mostly a coast through section. Let's see what kind of lap. I thought we were going to post our fastest lap there, but we are on medium tires. So yeah, we would maybe have been 3-4 seconds faster on softs. And then we probably have another 3-4 seconds to gain just by being on the correct settings. Do not have enough top speed. Okay, so it won't be the most attractive rear end on the 911. Let's face it, folks. The 911 does have the most attractive, the most voluptuous and well-sculpted rear end of any car on the market. Let me know if you think differently. You can just say, no, Johnny, you're wrong, but you'll actually be creating a better supportive argument. You're expressing yourself better if you say, no, Johnny, you're wrong, and here's an example of one that beats out the Porsche 911. Of course, beauty is subjective, so there are no wrong answers, so don't shy away. Drop your answer in as we complete our final lap of this a tad bit too long race. We've done 12 laps now, and it is still one of my least favorite races. Still I think better than doing the off-road tracks, the rally races. Lost a lot of racers, people who had to quit for whatever reason. It would have been nice if some of the slower drivers would have stayed, so then I would have had a little bit more company. But if people had a good reason to go, then that is A-okay. But look at me. Been in last for a long time, but just because I fell into last, I didn't quit. That would be a little weak sauce. But I am, good thing this is ending soon because I do have family waiting for me upstairs. I'm supposed to leave for our lunch at noon. So they're tapping their feet waiting upon me. So when we finish this race, I'm going to say, I wish you all more cars and more power. Hope you get to put the pedal to the metal to a car that you love sometime real soon. If it's not in the real world, that's a-okay. This is still my favorite way to drive. But if you do want to see some of our real world cars and real world reviews, check out Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, where we short term, usually for a weekend or a full week, short term, usually about once a month, one new car, and then have content coming out for our long-term reviews of a 1991 Toyota MR2 right-hand drive full-out JDM car, our 1999 Porsche 911 that we own. To answer the question, can you own a beautiful classic European sports car without it breaking the budget, causing a bankruptcy or a divorce? And we have a 2017 Shelby GT350. That thing is incredible, folks. Ford pulled a small miracle out of their trousers with that one. And we also have a 2025 Ford F-150, which is just an incredibly fast truck. Wonderful family vehicle. It's the Tremor model, so check that out over on Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Really have been blessed to have the car community supporting us. Incredible, wonderful community that I'm lucky to be a part of. Thank you so much. Let's go get that lunch. We've got to drive. The restaurant is an hour away, so we'll be having a late lunch, but I do appreciate all your support, folks. Thank you so much for watching and supporting us. If you really want to help us out, one small favor that I ask, hit that like button, the little thumbs up button. Be truly appreciated and be doing us a big favor. Take care, folks, and see you again soon. We'll be back real soon. Godspeed and God bless.